Hi, welcome to Look Cooking Show. I'm Chef Adrien from Greenwich, Connecticut, owner of Oriental Restaurant in Greenwich. Today we're going to be cooking French classics, Mussel Marinière, or Ratatouille with steamed cod, and a Crème Brûlée for dessert. I'm going to start making the ratatouille. First you grab one large yellow onion, cut down the end, cut it in half, and we keep the bulb. And peel off the skin. We're going to be sauteing our ingredients as we work on the other ones. So first I'm going to chop this onion. So ratatouille is a traditional dish from the southern part of France. It originates in the Nice area, and it's a very hearty vegetable stew made with all the vegetables from the region. As we chop our onion, we want to get our saute pan hot with a little bit of olive oil. While that's heating up, I'm going to finish chopping our onion. This dish is just a comfort food, traditional, family-based dish made in every home in south of France. The classical Provençal ingredients definitely include garlic, herb de Provence, fresh thyme, bay leaf. These are all very important ingredients in this style of cooking. We have a little bit of chopped garlic that we're adding to the onions as they saute. While that's sweating, I'm going to start cutting the peppers. One red, one yellow, gives nice vibrant color to the stew and to the plate. And you roll the pepper to take out the core of that. We're going to check our onions. Once you get a nice sizzle on, you want to turn it down to a medium heat because you don't want to get any color on it. Now with the peppers, there's this white part on the inside called pith. Now this is the part we want to remove to avoid any bitterness getting into your dish. Okay, slice these peppers up. Now you only need about one pepper of each. This amount of vegetables gives you about 6 portions of ratatouille to serve. Now this dish can be served hot, it can be served cold, it can be served as a side, it can be served as the main course. So as a protein that you choose, you can basically go any way you want. Today I'm using steamed cod, which is a nice meaty white fish, very healthy. Classically, you can go with a poached egg or a fried egg on top. So as our onions have become pretty translucent and ready, that's the cooking point that we're looking for. We're going to take these onions and we're going to transfer them to a Dutch oven. Now this ultimately is going to be the pot that we cook it all in. So with this sauté pan still hot, we're going to add a little more olive oil. Now we're going to throw in our peppers. We're going to add a little bit of salt. In a dish like this, It's important that you season in stages and in layers, because with so many ingredients and you want to finish seasoning at the end, you're going to feel like you're adding so much salt to the final product. So if you season a little bit at a time, you're not too far off by the time you're done. Next is going to be an eggplant. 1 whole or 1/2 large Italian eggplant will do. We're going to cut it long ways and then down into cubes. This dish is perfect for all seasons, summertime, outside, or a cold winter day. We're going to check on our peppers, see how they're going. And the goal is to have these break down as well. The purpose of this cooking method is to have all the vegetables starting at the same cooking points once we turn it into the stew. Okay, while that's cooking, we can finish with our zucchinis. Taking 2 small green zucchinis, we're going to take off the top, cut them lengthwise. And I like this stew to have a bit of substance, so I keep the ingredients somewhat on the large side. Once they're done stewing, they're going to shrink. So here we're going to cut about 1/2 inch all the way down. Okay, now when you see our peppers are starting to break down and they're starting to get soft, we can transfer the peppers over to our pot. Now with our hot saute pan, we're going to add about 2 more tablespoons of olive oil. And then we're going to add our eggplant. Now the eggplant in the beginning acts like a sponge, and it's going to soak up all the olive oil and it's going to look very dry. But we just have to turn down the heat and wait for the eggplant to release its liquids, and that's when we know we're in the right spot. Again, we're going to season a little bit here, our eggplant, and steaks. You can also get the rest of our ingredients ready. We have chopped thyme, San Marzano tomatoes, the whole peeled tomatoes. I'm going to open this up. The San Marzano tomatoes are known to be some of the best tomatoes in the world from Italy. You can see our eggplants starting to release their liquid. Now we're going to transfer into our Dutch oven as well. Okay, the last vegetable is going to be the zucchini. With the pan still hot, we're going to throw in our zucchinis. Now from this point, we're going to turn on our Dutch oven on a high. And add a touch of olive oil in here. We're going to go with about a tablespoon of chopped thyme. And our San Marzano tomatoes. Right on. Now the tomatoes, you want to use the whole tomatoes because as this stews, the tomatoes will break down and really mix well with all the other ingredients. Okay, we're going to take these, we're going to throw into our ratatouille. Turn that off. Now, as we can see, we have all these ingredients coming together. Now we want to bring this up to a boil, and then we're going to cover it and let it simmer for about 40 minutes. I really love this dish. It's extremely healthy, very hearty. It's so versatile to be able to serve it cold with any type of protein that you want or just as is. Okay, we've come up to a boil. I'm going to turn down the heat to low. Give it a cover. A little open for some air. While that simmers, we're going to take a break and we'll be right back. Welcome back. We're going to steam our cod for our ratatouille dish. So here, just a little bit of salt, sea salt. We're going to season evenly on both sides of the fish. Just like that. Here we have a steamer, just with water on the bottom. And we're going to put our cod in there for about 6.5 to 7 minutes. Here we're going to start cooking our cod for our ratatouille. We're going to season evenly on both sides, right here on the plate. Now it's ready to go in our steamer. It's going to cook in there for about 6.5 to 7 minutes. At this time, our ratatouille should be about done. It's been simmering here for about 40 minutes. And it smells great. Everything has broken down just beautifully. Tomatoes have broke down, and that is ready to go. So I'm going to move this over. We're going to bring our pot over here and start plating. Now this dish originated as a local peasant dish, or what was locally grown in the south of France, and has become a tradition for many families. It's been about 7 minutes and our cod should be finished over here in the steamer. Okay. We're going to use a fish spatula. Take this out gently. Place it right on top. And for a little greenery, just going to garnish with a bit of parsley. And there we have ratatouille with steamed cod. Welcome back to Le Cooking Show. Our first dish of the day is Mussel Marinière. Now this is a traditional, classic French dish from the northern part of France. People serve it as moules frites, which is a great bistro lunch dish. We've got our Prince Edward Island mussels that come from the east coast of Canada. Chopped shallots, garlic, thyme, parsley, a little white wine, and most importantly, butter. Let's head back to the stove and we'll get started. First thing we want to do is get a stainless steel pan, and we want to get that nice and hot. We're going to add about a tablespoon or two of olive oil. We're going to let that heat up. When the olive oil is hot, it comes to a smoking point. It has a lower smoking point than canola oil. Once you have all your ingredients prepped for this dish, the cook time is only about 5 minutes long. So it's actually quite easy to do just from home. Mussels. I like to buy mussels at my local fish market in Greenwich. They also serve them at Whole Foods and, regular grocery store. So here we have about 1 pound of mussels. And what we're going to start off with is about 1 chopped shallot. And we're going to go with maybe 2 tablespoons of chopped garlic. And we're going to get this coated and sweat down for about 45 seconds to a minute, keeping the pan on high heat. Now you don't want to get any color on your onions or garlic, so it goes pretty fast. Once you can see that the onion has become translucent, a little clear, then we take our 1.5 pounds of mussels and we throw it in. We're going to stir them around a little bit. Take about a half a cup to 3/4 cup of white wine. A hearty pinch of thyme. About a tablespoon of chopped parsley. And then most importantly is going to be about 3 tablespoons of butter. Now this dish, from the northern part of France, the butter is one of the most important parts, where they use really fatty, rich butter. And this dish, traditionally, how it was created was a marriage of the land with the butter, the earthiness of the thyme and parsley with the sea. It's really quite light. We cover our mussels with another saute pan or a plate, and we're going to let them steam for about 1.5 minutes, 2 minutes. During this time, you can cut your bread and have your toast ready to plate with it. This is probably one of the most popular dishes in France. You see it served at bistros from the south of France to Paris to Brittany to Normandy and Belgium. Classic mussel dish. Now we're going to check. Now what we're looking to see is that all the mussels have opened up and have released their juices from the ocean. Now about 3 minutes in, we can see that all the mussels have opened from the steam. We're going to season with a little bit of salt and taste before, so we know we're on the right track. That's it. Now we're going to take our mussels and we're going to plate them into a small bowl. And you want to get all the garlic and shallots from the bottom of the pan, go right on top, been transferred, we're ready to plate. We can just put our bread right on the plate and serve as is. Now it's a good family style meal where everybody can grab mussel, grab a piece of bread and dip in. You can also serve it with French fries, which can be done at home in your air fryer for the kids. Kids love to dip it in this sauce as well. So there's our first dish of the day, Mussel Marinière. Welcome back to Le Cooking Show. Finally, we're on our dessert course. We're making Crème Brûlée, classic French dish. The original recipe actually came from 1691, so it's quite old. First thing you're going to do is preheat your oven to 325 degrees as you get your ingredients ready to go. We're going to start back here in a small saucepan. You're going to add 2 cups of heavy whipping cream. Now we're going to add our vanilla bean and put our flame on high. Now we want to add the pulp of the vanilla bean, not the stalk. So we're just going to bring this to a boil while whisking so it doesn't overflow. While our cream is getting hot, here we have 3 egg yolks and half a cup of white granulated sugar. We're going to mix these together to form a bit of a yolky paste. Now that our cream has come to a boil, we're going to temper our egg yolks, which means we can't heat up our egg yolks too fast or they will cook and then it will curdle. So what we do is we add a little bit of the hot cream at a time. Now once it's completely mixed, we add a little bit more. Now this is how you make any type of basic custard with tempering of the egg yolks. Crème anglaise, crème brûlée. This dessert is also considered to be almost identical to the Spanish version, which is called crème catalane. So here is our custard base, and we're going to fill our ramekins. we're going to fill our ramekins, leaving a small space on the top. So I put the ramekins in a deep pan that we're going to make a water bath. We're going to fill this with water up to the edge of the ramekin, to the top. And the dessert is going to cook in this. Now what the water bath does is it cooks the eggs in the cream less of a direct heat from the oven, so that they don't curdle, they don't burn, they don't turn into scrambled eggs. So with our oven hot, we have our creme brulees in our tray. We're gonna go into the oven for about 30 minutes. Through the magic of TV, we were able to prep 2 creme brulees earlier while we have our 2 baking in the oven. After the 35 minutes in the oven, you bring them out of the water bath, place them in the fridge to cool for about 25 minutes. Now at this point, you can see that they've been cooled and have become solid. They're not jiggly and won't spill. Now we're going to crisp up the top with some turbinado sugar. We use the turbinado sugar other than the granulated white sugar because it has a higher caramelization point. So we're going to get more of a caramel top. We have a small kitchen blowtorch. This is available Amazon, kitchen stores, always have it at home. And we're going to torch the top. Now you want to stay away and not go too close to burn creme brulee too much. Now I like to add raspberries to my dessert, about 4 or 5. Take a small sprig of mint, and here you are. Wonderful creme brulee. Once again, thanks for tuning in to Le Cooking Show. Thanks for watching me cook these 3 dishes: Mussel Marinière, Ratatouille with steamed cod, and creme brulee. I'm confident anybody can make these at home. If you have any questions, check me out on Instagram at Chef Adrien Bleck, and check out my restaurant in Greenwich called Oriental Restaurant. If you like what you saw here today, don't forget to tune in next week and see what we're cooking up. See you then.